So Russell Wilson's on injured reserve. He's going to
I
miss
feel
at
sorry for
least
that. I don't like seeing that. Yeah.
He's going to miss at least the next 3 weeks. He's got a messed up finger.
Yeah, it came down. Yep.
Where does this put the 49ers in the NFC West right now?
Proudly at the bottom above the Seahawks with no Russell Wilson. What a great place to be. We are better. I want to say this for the record. We are better than the Seahawks without Russell Wilson.
The Geno Smith Seahawks? Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. No, I'm fired up. We're better than the Seahawks. No, seriously.
They are. That Seahawks team is falling apart. I don't know if Russell Wilson's going to be on that team next year.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pete Carroll will be on that team next year.
Yeah, for me, I think the NFL loses something with Russell Wilson, but we're not here to analyze the Seahawks, so I won't lament him too much, but I like him. I like seeing him play.
We haven't seen the Niners face the Rams yet, and they've beaten the Rams the last 4 times, but I think
that's the only thing I'm holding on to is that the Niners were this close to beating the Cardinals, and if Shanahan had called a better plan, then they would have. And the Rams, the thing that Shanahan seems to have against the Rams is McVay. He just seems to know him. He's got his number. Even when the Niners were just not even the best version of themselves, they just seem to own McVay. But that was Jared Goff.
It was. And I was saying that was Robert Saleh. Well, maybe DeMeco's ready for it because he was there. He should know. I'm not going to discount DeMeco at all.
Some good games out of the Rams. I strongly feel we can take one. But it's likely we will lose both, and they will be excellent games where we will be sitting here saying, again, if the coaches had gotten out of their way. But the bottom line is that's a really good team. I think the 49ers can hang in with them, but I just don't see how they're going to beat them unless it's just brilliant defense. But the Rams' defense is also good. The thing is, can they contain Trey Lance? If Trey Lance is playing, I will revisit this power ranking. But with Jimmy Garoppolo playing, we will plunder. We will sink. Plummet.
Here's the thing. After the bye week, here's the stretch of games. They got Indy and Chicago. Those are 2 games the Niners will be favored to win and should win. But then after that, look at this 5-game stretch. At home against the Cardinals, November 7th. November 15th, Monday night, at home against the Rams. Then on a short week, they fly across the country and play a 10 o'clock game against Jacksonville. They should win, but it'll be taxing. Then they come home, play a Sunday afternoon game against Minnesota. That's a solid team. And then finally, they go on December 5th, they fly up to Seattle, play the Seahawks. I mean, that's going to decide their season right there. If they play well in that stretch, they'll be okay. But they could certainly go 1-4 in that stretch, and then they'll be 5-8.
So this is what I say. The Indianapolis game, they shouldn't have to win. The Jacksonville game, they're the beast in the East. The San Francisco 49ers still have the East number, and with Trey Lance under center, I think it happens. I think that's 2 right there. Can take those. They have to and should win the Cardinals game if they play the same way they did against the Cardinals in Arizona, minus this reckless 4th down approach. So I'm not one of those people that likes to say, well, if we had done this and that, we would have won. But that's the fact is the 4th downs annihilated the 49ers. If they were to call a classic Shanahan game, they would have won that game. Now they're going to come home. There's a good chance they could win that game.
Real quick. Also, the thing with the Arizona thing and the 4th downs, I understand Shanahan doing it the first couple of times and anticipating. Yeah, it's like that's the number 1 offense in the league, man. I got to sort of anticipate that this is going to be a high-scoring game. But by the 3rd quarter, you could see it wasn't that. And there's no reason to keep doing it. Like, trust your defense. You've seen him play well all game.
Here's the thing, and this is something that we talked about before. I am a strong believer that this is the lack of adaptability. He's not flexible-minded. Again, he's a manager, not a leader. Yeah. He's not a tactical kind of guy. What he does, I think he comes up with 50 contingencies in his brain before the game, and he's the best in the NFL at that, at thinking this, and this. But if that
happens,
does not happen,
do this. Yeah, I'm trying to plan ahead. Yeah,
and he has to go off script. Then he does not know how to organically adapt in a game. He does not adapt. He has his game plan, and if everything rolls the way he wants it to, he will punch you in the throat. But if something happens where, it's a low-scoring defensive game, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I was going to do. That's Kyle Shanahan, and that has to. I'm not going to say he has to grow. He's not that young anymore, and he's been coaching for so long that he should know better.
He should know better.
That's the thing, as I think he's not a good contingency guy. He has plans, and if you do what he wants you to do, he'll beat you or he will make it competitive. But he does not know how to adapt.